Today on the FearFishing Experiment.
Live from the Bowmanville Tackle Swap and Fishing Show.
Your special co-host, Mike Williams.
And we've got giveaways from Daiwa, Canada, Simple Fishing, and Mike Williams Outfitters.
This and much more on the FearFishing Experiment. Live from the Bowmanville Tackle Swap.
Before we get the FearFishing Experiment started, let's hear a word from our sponsors. The RLM Elite Box from simplefishing.ca is the subscription box with the most hard baits. This box comes every second month for you're not overloaded with boxes, but the selection is second to none. Bass box, pike box, walleye box, a multi-species box, and one of our favorites, the ice fishing box. We'll solve all your fishing needs. You'll catch more fish. You'll get baits that you've never tried before. Use discount code FearFishing at checkout. Save $10 on your first RLM Elite box. Simplefishing.ca. Mike Carnegie isn't only part of the FearFishing family and an angler. He's a financial advisor with Northstone Wealth. Mike wants to help you plan for your future. He wants to set your retirement up for you can spend as much time on the water and with your family as possible. But the time to set it up is now. You start pre-fishing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for that big tournament on the weekend. Financial planning is exactly the same. Give Mike a call at 905-925-0663. Not only would Mike like to help you out with your financial future, but new clients get their very own RLM Elite Box. Call Mike at 905-925-0663 today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bowmanville.
It's been a long day. It feels like evening already.
Dude, this is unreal how many people they have jammed into this building.
I've met like 1,000 new friends today.
It's unreal. It's unbelievable. You and I did the Daiwa booth this morning.
Yes, we did.
Had a ton of people come take photos and pictures and, talk fishing.
Yeah. I mean, I think we unloaded a lot of rods and reels today.
There's some
so far
very excited people going home with some Daiwa product today. Before we get started, if you haven't entered into the FearFishing Daiwa giveaway or subscriber to the FearFishing YouTube channel, get over to see our homie Phil. He'll help you out. Are you excited, Mark?
Oh, I'm really excited.
We got a ton of good guests today,
we do, and we have a co-host guest too, which is even.
I got my peak gun right here today.
Yeah, you do.
They were spamming me last night. Hey, before we get started, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Ian West. I run this goat show. It's crazy sometimes, but we always manage to pull it off.
We do. I'm Mark Hunter. I'm the real star.
That's what you're going with?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. That's it.
Hit her up, people.
I'm Amber Philp, and I am the cat herder.
The cat herder. That's a good one. I've never heard that one.
How do you follow that up?
I don't know. Good luck, Mike.
I'm Mike Williams. I'm filling in for Sean McCall. Big shoes to fill, but
big hands.
Bigger gloves, yeah.
Mikey, you just slid in there.
I just slid in here. I just literally got off the 401 and rolled
Found her
into
down,
town.
eh?
Yeah.
It feels kind of weird that we're so far apart right now.
It does. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
it is.
Yes.
We should also mention the production staff is here. Woody, Bracken, Amy's doing some filming for us.
Yep.
Welcome to the show. Woody, you're not a big sushi fan, but we went last night, eh?
We sure did.
We had an absolute blast. Mark, you and I
We smashed it.
We smashed it. It's been a crazy 24 hours.
It has been. It's been, and it goes so fast too. It doesn't feel like that.
No, it doesn't at all.
And with the time change, I think that's an
We
extra
lost an
hour.
hour.
We lost an hour?
We lost an hour, so it's been a crazy 23 hours.
There you go.
I can't get that stuff straight. It's
Me
so
neither.
silly.
So-
We should be like Saskatchewan. They don't do it at all there.
We're doing something a little different today. We're not going to be answering any questions or comments on the Facebook and YouTube, but make sure you give that a share. But if anybody in the crowd has questions, Miss Hannah's going to have a microphone here in a couple minutes.
Wave your hand, Hannah.
Wave your hand, Hannah. Do your dance. And if anybody in the crowd's got questions, just ask Miss Hannah, and she will patch you in. Mr. Williams,
Yes, man.
this is 2 in a row.
Hey, I was asked. I was honored to be asked, and I'm glad to be here.
Honored.
Honored.
Did you hear that?
We don't hear that very often.
No, we don't.
What do you, you've done a ton of fishing shows over the years. What do you think's changing about them? And what's special about this one?
This is my first time being here, and man, the parking lot's packed. I drove around here twice looking for a spot to park, so I parked on the road and hope I don't get towed away. But
It's amazing how many, like this morning, it was pouring rain out there, and they were still lined up to get in here.
Yeah.
Lined up.
Yeah, I got some film of that.
How many was there, do you think?
Dedication.
Oh, I don't know. It was packed.
500? More?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't.
No?
No, it was insane.
It is a madhouse in here. Everybody be quiet for a second. You can hear it in the background. That's beautiful. There's just a ton of action. Right now we can see the kids casting up on the stage. This is the area of the show in the background on the big chute that this is like anglers selling to anglers.
Yeah. This is like the private vendor guys, people that don't have a business. They're just unloading some gear that's been collecting dust or whatever. And there's some really, really good stuff out here.
There's some smoking deals.
Yeah.
That's what the big rush is in here for everybody. There's a ton of guys who fish tournaments and they're unloading some of their stuff from last year. And that's where the big deals are.
Oh, yeah. And it's one of the only shows that are still around that is a true tackle swap,
It used to be that they were like this.
Yeah.
Right? I can remember the
Yeah.
Sportsman Show
Yeah.
with-
Yeah.
in the when I was really little, late 80s, early 90s. It had floors of everything you can think of.
Yeah. This one's. I haven't got a chance.
What do you
to
think,
look
Mike?
around.
First
I can't-
impression, what do you think, Mike?
It looks great. Kyle did a great job setting this thing up, and
It's absolute gem.
And all his volunteers, let's not forget about them.
yeah.
Yeah. But Mark
Me.
and his
And my family, yeah. It's become a tradition kind of for us to come by the show, help set it up, spend the day as a family. So
For
really,
years,
really
you guys
pumped.
have been doing this since the
We've-
beginning.
Since the beginning, since day one. Yeah.
We didn't get Q though.
Q is working. Q is my son.
Poor
for
Q.
people
He
that
was
don't
getting
know.
paid.
He did all right at the
He's got a
sushi bar
paying
last
job
night.
today. But he did get us a bunch of boxes for the food drive. So
Did he
that's
really?
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
So he has contributed a little bit.
Well, he had
Yeah.
sushi.
Yeah, he had
and he
lots
ate for
of-
dinner.
Crushed it.
You guys are making me hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
Oh no.
We haven't either.
I ate last
Chef
night.
Todd's around the corner, and I'm telling you,
I-
man, it is dynamite.
I heard you guys talking about it on the show last week. So
If
I'm
somebody
looking
could
forward
get
to it.
young Cooper Gallant's attention there, we could bring him in here for a couple seconds. Go get him there, Hannah.
Cooper Gallant.
Check that mic, Hannah.
Yeah.
I think it's working.
We're waiting on Cooper.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Cooper doesn't know he's being talked to yet.
Come on, Cooper. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come on,
Let's
Cooper.
go, Cooper.
Cooper, grab that microphone.
Jump in there, buddy.
Not bad. Yeah,
For
yeah.
anybody that doesn't know who Cooper is, and you're living under a rock,
Weird
he's
man.
You're on. Welcome to the show, young Cooper.
Put your headphones on, you can hear it, dude.
Yeah. There might even be a chair for you. We should have
There
probably,
was.
There is.
we put Cooper on the spot, and that
Yeah.
doesn't always work.
No, don't do that.
What's up, homie?
Put me on the spot.
Come on, talk.
Speak into the mic.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
You got to talk right into the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear
yeah.
you now. What's
There
going
you
on,
go.
homie?
Can
Not
see you
much,
too.
just chilling. Finally got a break from my booth. I'm coming to see everyone, and
You got a
And he
personal
got
booth here?
sucked in.
yeah, I'm selling a bunch of rods and reels and baits.
That's super awesome, man. You've
Yeah.
been doing this since the beginning, eh?
Yeah, the first year I was here, and I've been here every year, and this is like one of the best years I've seen it. This is unbelievable.
It is
great.
crazy how
Incredible.
many
Yeah.
people there we got packed in here talking about fishing. The what do you got going on this year?
A lot of fishing. A
Well,
lot
you-
of fishing. I
you
cannot
just signed
wait.
a new big contract.
Yeah, just got on with Mercury Marine, and super happy and fortunate to be working with them this year.
Yeah.
And
You should get on with iPhone, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, you should, or any cellular device.
There is no the most constant message I see you post on Facebook is, I lost my phone.
Send me your
and
contact.
Send me your contact.
That's it. I go
Every
through
week.
probably about 5 or 6 phones a year. Probably more, actually.
Yeah, I'd say more.
How'd you lose the last one? Do you got a story for it?
No, I didn't lose it. I still had it.
You
I'll be honest, I
upgraded?
just don't treat them very good. I never buy a phone case, and
Surprised.
after
Wow.
about a month or
Surprised.
two, they stop working.
Now I heard rumors. We're leaving Tuesday for the Bassmaster Classic. You're meeting us down there.
Yeah,
What?
You're staying in the crib with us.
I think that's the plan, eh?
That's what I heard.
Pillow fight.
I don't even know what's going on. But
Right
yeah,
on.
we're flying down
Pillow
Thursday
fights and
night, and then
Pajama parties.
Yeah, no.
This is going to be your 4th classic in a row. My 3rd, your 4th.
Yeah.
Amber's 3rd.
Yep.
You know, Coop and I went down for our very first one together. We flew down. Yeah,
And you guys missed a flight.
we did because I went and
Mark
had a
missed
smoke, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't let me in at security. So we spent 6 hours in Chicago waiting.
That's
Now,
awesome.
We ask people this all the time, Canadians who should go down to the Classic. What's the best part of the Classic for you there, young man?
the best part about the classic,
What do you
meeting
love?
people.
Meeting
new
people?
people, absolutely.
And the other cool thing is you get to meet the anglers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, right? Like they're approachable.
yeah.
If somebody was going to the Classic for the first time, what would you say is like a must-do, Cooper Gallant? Have to do.
The riding bucking bass.
Yeah.
The Bronco bass. That thing's amazing.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
even
do
think
that
I've
this
seen
year.
that.
What?
What is that?
Cooper?
It's a like a brunking bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they have one like that,
A
but
bass?
it's a bass. So
How
you
have I
sit on
not
this.
seen that? I'm doing that this year. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
You never done that?
No.
You got to get that on video.
I did it. I did
Yeah,
it. Sean did it.
Sean did it.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we're doing, Mark.
Oh,
We're gonna
we're
ride.
doing
the,
it,
We're
for
gonna
sure.
ride the bass.
Well, time it so you wins.
Alrighty.
I'll bet you a monster I can beat you.
I bet you 5 monsters.
Dude, how about you pay me for the
Bring
last
it.
5 months?
Here, I got a good Cooper Gallant story. So Cooper came with us to Houston, and we had a bet for the biggest fish caught on Lake Fork. So stupidly, we all handed our money to Cooper over before we actually fished.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he spent all the money at the Classic on
Yeah,
it.
he did.
Yeah.
He bought it. And you know what? I
Thankfully-
think we all caught the same fish or something too, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
That was funny.
Which of the 3 Classics you've been to is the best one, Coop?
The best one's probably the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was Tulsa?
Tulsa. Yeah, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Was it because of your roommate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Now, what are you fishing this summer?
I'm doing the Costas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just signed up for them last week,
Nice.
and I'm looking forward to it. It's
You're
gonna
not
be fun.
fishing anything up here?
Yeah, I'll be doing FLW Canada again.
Yeah.
I'll probably do a Berkeley event, maybe 2 Berkeley B1 events.
Yeah.
And that's probably it. My main focus though is just them
Costa
Costas.
events. Well, that's awesome,
Well,
man.
that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that time that I was invited to the after party
Yeah.
at the Classic, and,
Yeah.
and you couldn't go because you were underage, and I felt so bad I took you out for ice cream.
Yeah. This is my first year. I'm of age.
Yes,
so
you are.
It's gonna be a good one.
It didn't
That's
stop you
funny.
last year.
Yeah.
Now, Cooper, before we let you go, what's your best fishing story?
My best fishing story. God. It's a hard one.
You got to have a million.
I know. I'm just trying to think of a good one to say. I don't know. Probably the one time me and Dan slept in the truck for 9 days
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh,
slept in the
yeah.
back of the truck on my dog's bed together for 9 days. That was quite the adventure.
It
And
paid off.
Dog's
Yeah.
bed. What did your dog do for 9 days?
I know. That's what I asked my mom. I go, Mom, can you put something together for me? Because like we had like air mattresses and stuff like that. And she just threw it in my truck. We got to Big Rito, and turns out it was like a memory foam bed. And it was all good. Like it was super comfortable. And then like halfway through the trip, it started stinking like real bad.
Oh, wow.
What
And
was-
I call my mom, and I'm like, why does this memory foam stink so bad? She's like, oh yeah, it's Charlie's bed. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom.
Didn't want to give you the nice air mattress.
You're getting Charlie's
Exactly.
hand-me-downs. That's great.
Yeah.
What was the menu like that 9 days, Coop?
Doritos and monsters.
Oh, my gosh. So you're
was
one of
it.
those super healthy anglers.
Absolutely.
Push-ups, crunches, and
Yeah.
Doritos.
Wow.
Anyway, Cooper, we'll see you in, where are we going, Knoxville, Tennessee?
We're going to Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah.
We'll see you down there. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks, guys.
When you coming down, Coop?
Thursday night I fly down. Yeah.
We'll already be there.
It's going to be fun. Thanks,
Yeah, we
guys.
will be there.
I'll see you
Thanks.
guys around, and thanks for having me.
Anytime.
All right, Coop.
Care, buddy.
Thank
See
you,
you guys.
buddy.
Anybody watching the live feed at home, we're having some issues with the internet, but we're recording it so you can watch it tomorrow. No problem. Amber, what are your thoughts on the show?
On this show?
Like the Bowmanville tackle
Yeah,
swap.
it's great.
You've been doing a lot of things this morning.
Oh my
Tell
goodness.
everybody at home what we've been doing, giving prizes away to young people.
Yeah, we did free raffles for Daiwa reels and rod combos.
Yep.
Half-day guided trip.
Half day.
Mike Williams.
Did we do that? Oh, there he is. Jump in there,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, just hop in.
Jump in.
A donated tackle box from.
Yeah, we're
Phil.
going to get to that in a minute. But
And
yeah,
What else did we get? Oh,
Tons
real
of lures.
Simple fishing.
we did a ton of lures.
Yes.
Like
Got rid of a
we
huge bin
got-
of lures that
We
people
got a
donated.
ton of lures to young people. If anybody has questions, find young Hannah. She'll get you in here.
Come on, Hannah, work it.
Introduce yourself, young man.
He needs a bigger set of here.
Yeah, he does, eh? Yeah, Coop.
Little Coop. Now real man stepped up to bat.
Yeah, that's right.
Introduce yourself, young man.
My name's Dwayne Cheese Jacobs.
Jeez.
Nice, yeah.
Nice. How'd you get that nickname?
It's a long story.
Let's hear
very
it.
long
Oh, we got it.
We got all kinds of time.
Actually, I called his cousin Greasy, and he called me Cheesy. The people at the local store heard him call me Cheesy, so they called me Cheese at the store, and ever since then they call me Cheese.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my uncle calls us Team Mac and Cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Exactly.
There you go. So anybody that doesn't know, Mike and Dwayne are pretty successful partners. They have been for a long time, and these guys are like absolute hammers.
You guys been tearing it up.
What's your secret, guys? Tell me. Don't tell anybody else. Just tell me.
My secret's right there.
Is it?
Yeah, I just throw him on the boat and we do
Hammer
pretty well,
down.
So yeah.
How long you guys been? How did you guys start fishing together?
We fished together since we were kids.
Really?
His parents have a cabin over near Fox Island, so
Okay.
we'd spend weekends over there fishing off the little rock shoal that's out in front, and we'd have little competitions doing that kind of
Did
stuff.
you hear that? Rock shoal in front of Fox Island.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Check.
I'm
Yeah.
making that note.
It's still productive,
It
actually.
still produces.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
You know what
nice.
the funny thing is? When I watched Corey and Chris on Florida, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we use this up here in Canada," I was like, "Check."
Yeah.
Need that. I wanted like right in the middle of the Bass Live to be like, "Are you throwing that on braid or fluorocarbon in Canada, Chris?"
They're pretty open, and actually, when you approach them, they're pretty open.
Yeah,
on,
for sure
what
they are.
they're doing.
Yep.
So
They try to be the same way as well.
It's really good to see them come out of their shells.
yeah,
Right? Like they've been doing a lot of talking. They've been doing a lot of media stuff.
Yeah.
We're really seeing. I know Chris from like fishing at the river more than I would talking at bass tournaments. And,
Yeah.
Corey. Sorry, Corey's a great guy to talk to.
yeah.
Right? He's in a different game mode on tournament day. But when you see Corey out and about or down the river float fishing,
Yeah.
very good to talk to.
Yeah, he's good to talk to on the ice too.
You guys do a lot of ice
Sure.
fishing too, or?
No,
I think
I
they
meant
meant
on the hockey
hockey.
rink.
Oh,
hockey
okay,
rink.
okay.
We do
I
a little
should've
bit
known
of ice
that.
fishing, but
Yeah, you had the kids out last week or something, did you not?
Kids are right there standing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I had Camo out with me last week.
That's a great name.
I know his name was
Every
Kid
time I hear
Camel.
that, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You got some
daughter's
pull.
name?
You got some pull at home,
My
and you can name your
daughter's
kid Camo.
My
Yeah.
daughter's
Yeah.
name is Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
That's a
Cuckoo and
beauty
Camel.
name too.
Yeah.
Now, boys, when you guys went down to Florida, we asked Mike about this, but what did you find the difference representing us and going down from the CSFL? What's the difference of like showing up in Florida and having to do that quick pre-fish and learning something you've never done before?
Actually, it was mostly excitement.
Yeah?
You're thinking like every cast, you're getting one of them Florida Giants, right?
Yeah.
Every single cast. So we just more or less do what we normally do up here.
Yeah.
And it fishes the same way down there to a point.
It's to a point.
It's very similar, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
interesting.
hydrilla
eh?
is a little bit different. That was a learning curve that we picked up on, and it was a little bit too late when we got on that kind of pattern down
Yeah.
there. But we got a lot of help from Corey and Chris too.
Yeah.
I went over and talked to them, and they give us a lot of hints. So
The traveling, and I've got to do quite a bit. Bass are kind of bass,
yeah,
right? Like if you can catch a bass here, you can catch a bass down there.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same format, the same deal. It's just they set up a little differently on those lakes that don't have grass.
yeah.
But if they got some milfoil or some hydrilla,
They call it eel grass or something down there, don't they?
We never caught one dockfish, which is strange.
no way.
Wow.
That's
We
tough for
actually
you
had
guys,
We
eh?
had a competition to see if we could. I threw on a 4-inch Cinco and skipped it under dock, and I got a bite. Don't know what it was, but
Tilapia.
That was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you guys must have a blast during
Yeah.
tournament season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got any good stories for us?
He probably has a few.
You don't remember, Mike?
There's a few like that. Yeah.
There's actually a lot I can't really say on.
Yeah, it's a family show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, we have a blast though. It's every day is an adventure, and nobody has more fun than us on the boat, except for maybe me and West Rink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joshy. Now, last year you guys won Team of the Year,
Yeah.
right? The last few years, you guys really stepped your game up. And we had talked last summer how you felt like you always were like number 2.
Yeah.
And then what did you guys change in your game to step it up to when you guys were on a tear the last couple of seasons?
I don't think that we changed much.
No?
Per se, we've always felt like we were right there.
Yeah.
And we just needed to get a little bit of luck on our side and break through, and that happened at the Classic, and then we went on to Stony Lake that year.
Yeah.
And won that, and ended up repeating the Classic. So.
Winning gives you confidence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Winning gives you confidence.
Now, are you guys fishing the same spots year after year, or you're just going out and finding new stuff every single time?
It's a bit of both. We do like to find new stuff, but we do have certain milk runs that always produce, and we like finding new stuff for sure. And in the Classic, we're going to work hard to find some new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great first day of the Classic, going for the three-peat. We were
Yeah.
actually leading and kind of crapped out there, but
I think Sean McCall jinxed us there.
yeah.
He's bad at that.
Oh, yeah.
I once jinxed Brent Ayler at the Bassmaster Classic, so don't feel bad. True story.
What's your thoughts on bananas on the boat?
Oh, they never come on the boat. I actually had a client out with me last year, and the mom packed the lunch, and we weren't catching very much out there. And I'm going, what's in that lunch bag there? Sure enough, 2 bananas. I handed one to the kid, and I said, I had the other one. I said, now let's throw them as far as you can off this boat. So they're floating around Buckhorn Lake somewhere.
Yeah. And then what happened?
We started catching fish.
There, see?
Yep, and yeah.
We're big believers in that.
Yeah. Is there any other rituals you guys go through in the morning, anything like that before a tournament?
That's a good question.
Go to the bathroom first.
You know what the interesting thing is?
Sometimes that doesn't happen, so we have to go during the day, which isn't that
Not
fun.
very often.
No.
I do every single tournament the exact same way. And I get really bent out of shape if things aren't exactly.
Really?
Like, I get up in the morning, and before I even hook the boat on, I go to Tim Hortons, and I get my coffee, and I get 2 breakfast sandwiches on bagels. I bring them home. I put them in the cooler in the boat, right? And I'm telling you, I put the fish finders on the same way. And when we first started dating, we would have domestics because she thought she was helping. And she would get my shorts ready. Like when Marley and I were we're on a tear. I wore the same shorts and didn't wash them for 2 seasons, man.
I think you're wearing them right now.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you, right? And Amber, how many times did we stitch those shorts?
I took them to the seamstress like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, till they were
I hope
done.
you disinfected them first.
Yeah.
The last time, she said, "This is the last it. That there's no coming back from this." It's all.
But yeah, I feel like when we have to do tournaments out on the road, I try to do it the same way, but it doesn't feel the same. But here's a question. So Marley and I had a really good 3 or 4 years, and then we've had a really tough 3 seasons. I always feel like I don't get the lucky bites anymore. Do you know what I mean? When you need a 4 just appears, right?
Yeah.
And when you're and that's the momentum game. Do you guys feel that way too? Are you getting those lucky fish, that great big smallmouth and a really shallow on do you know what I mean? Just that one
That big
I didn't
one.
see him coming.
Actually,
Yeah, we got one in the Race Lake like that, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, 2. The day we won last year, we got hit a big smallie on a jig out in the middle of kind of nothing.
Yeah.
And then waded in because we had it hooked a little bit deep.
Yeah.
We went, waded in. We didn't go back to that spot. We went to a different spot,
Yeah.
different area, and hit a largie under a tree that was 5 pounds in about 6 inches of water.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
There's
crazy.
a big thing about, and people who don't fish tournaments are, it's really tight. The guy who finished in first and the guy who finished in 30th, If you listen to what fish he lost during that day and the bad breaks he got,
Yeah.
it's really tough to win one of these.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Right?
Everything's got to go perfect, I say.
Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of what drives us. We're very competitive like that, and it pushes us, and I think that's kind of where we've done a lot better the last few years is just by that little concentration, a little bit more focus.
You ever getting
sometimes,
scraps on the boat?
No, not really.
Come on now.
No, I hit him in the face with a jig, and he didn't even punch me.
No way.
On purpose?
No,
Actually, that was
I had
on
a
Rice Lake too.
I had a pad bite.
He had a pad bite.
Nice.
I yanked the
Sure.
You
jig
said it was a
That's
bite.
what I always say with Ian.
9/16 ounce.
Right
Punisher
in the
jig,
eyebrow.
Right to the eyebrow.
He was bleeding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it Jared or Gerard who got the jig in the face too? Do you remember that one where it cut him pretty bad?
No.
One of them. Because 4 days later on the Top Bass Classic, Marley got me and split my glasses in half. With
Thank God
a jig.
Wayne had the glasses that he had on. I think they were Edge, were they?
Edge, yeah.
And they held up?
They're ballistic rated or something. They held.
No way.
Pretty crazy.
Marley got mine and he split them right in two.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah.
You could see the hook point on his lens where it would
No
have
way.
No
into his
way.
eye.
So that saved your eyeball
Yeah.
for sure.
definitely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I don't let anybody on my boat fish unless they have glasses on. It's a rule that I have, and I think it's a damn good one. And I think most people should
It makes sense.
grab that. Grab
Always
that
have
rule.
an extra pair on the.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
On the boat, in case they blow off your head too. But I usually
That's
have some for the
interesting.
kids
Yeah.
and stuff when I'm fishing.
I've seen you
lot
in
of
Westerdink
clients.
looking for
I have
glasses.
a boat hat for that.
Yeah. That was on Race Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens on Rice Lake.
Yeah.
That's a great body of water, eh?
Oh yeah, I love it. Actually, I wasn't a huge fan of it until we won there last year. So
It's really it's a lake that fish is different.
yeah,
It is.
And, and it's usually smallies down there a lot of the times. We tried to do it on largies, but we ended up getting one small.
I got a question for you. Do you feel like and I've done a lot of talking with Andrew Mercer about this. Do you, because the last year, day one, there was no smallmouth.
No, yeah.
Right, and that's the first time in a long time. Do you feel like, and we all
That's
know
good for us.
We all know where those smallmouth spots are in that location. Do you feel that something's changed and those fish have spread out?
I think with the mapping that everybody has now, those spots are more community holes than ever now.
Yeah.
Like anybody can go out there and catch them now because they know where they're at. Usually it took, I was talking with Matt Hubble and Dave Bairstow about this at the show a couple weeks ago, and they were saying the same thing. Now,
you think they're still there? They're just getting smarter.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they're
Lots
still
of
there.
pressure.
It's amazing how big the smallmouth are in that lake.
Mhm.
And how much, like, I think I fished my first tournament in 2008-ish, 2007. How it, like when I first started, nobody caught big smallmouth bags. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like them gobies showed up, and then it was like, it went from like 17, 18 pounds you could win to 22, 23, right? There's been, J-Mac had that 26-pound bag.
Yeah.
Andy Pilata had one that was like 43 pounds.
43 pounds for 4 fish limit or something like that. I don't know.
He's tried to sell us on this 100 times.
He tells us this story about how he won this clubby every time.
It wasn't a clubby.
I know it was.
It was like a celebrity charity super
7
event.
boats or something.
How'd he get in there?
I have no
don't
idea.
know. I don't know. He must have been fishing with a celebrity.
I can't believe Brendan Baker fished with him. What do you guys? Okay, go ahead.
I think we should do Mike's Draw for the half-day
Yeah,
tour.
you want to do that now?
I think so. Yeah, Matt Pizzetta's right there.
Hi,
Yeah.
Maddie.
Carrot
Hey, Matt Pizzetta.
Hi, Matt Pizzetta.
Thanks for talking over us earlier. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it, but
That's awesome. Thanks for talking over us. You want to do it, or are you gonna let Mike draw it?
Yeah.
Okay, so whoever, we're gonna draw numbers until we get one who's here.
okay.
Young people, listen. If you
Blue
got a ticket,
tickets.
this is your shot.
Blue tickets.
Blue tickets.
Blue tickets.
1785072.
Who's got it?
Who's got it?
So is it 5072?
5072.
I think you should probably just post it because that's good. We
Yeah.
could go through all of those.
Well, we can do
that's
that.
gonna
We
take
got
a lot of.
We got an hour.
Yeah.
I
You
got
got
the winning
the
ticket
clock's
here.
on. How long do we gonna give them?
I guess nobody wants to go fishing with Williams out.
I'll take it. It's me. It's me.
Actually, it could be my kids standing right there too.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I've always wanted to go fishing with him.
Oh, Anna's got a question.
We have a
Oh, you
question.
got a question?
Oh,
Fire away.
perfect.
So Matt Pizzetta has a question.
Okay, let's hear it.
When you guys are out fishing your tournaments, I've seen you out there. What do you guys eat?
We, it depends. Sometimes we eat nothing. But when we're preparing for big tournaments, like such as a Classic and Stony Lake, we cook a big pot of spaghetti a lot of the times, and we make spaghetti sandwiches.
What?
That's the
What?
I've heard spaghetti sandwiches.
That's
Do you know this?
That's our secret.
I've heard about this.
That
so
root-
that's why I had to ask.
That's
our
like
secret.
the Williams Kevin Van Dam cookie?
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Championship Sundays are always spaghetti sandwiches.
What's the weirdest thing you ever ate in the boat?
Huh. At Stony Lake, what was that I was eating?
Sub from like 3 weeks ago. You know? It was like one of those Homer Simpson things, you know, where he didn't put the rotten sub down.
Yeah, I was starving though.
He ate it.
I have a bad habit of granola bars in the pockets.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible.
Right? And I remember fishing like a September tournament in my rain gear. And the next spring I was out crappie fishing. I was so hungry and I reached in my pocket and there was like a crunchy one. Right? And it was all broke up. And it took me about like 3 or 4 minutes, but I ate her.
Still good.
Remember the water
Oh, yeah.
in the tree stand deer hunting?
The water.
I-
in the
where did-
oh
wh-
God.
You remember that story?
Yeah.
So I had my tree stand up and I had a bottle of water. So I always take the bottle of water and shove them in the grill of the floor,
Yep.
right, so that they don't make any noise and I know where they are. So I left my tree stand up all summer. I get to my first stand like October 14th, and there's like half a bottle of water. So I was like, can I drink it or can I drink it? Right?
Yes, you can. Go ahead, Ian.
So Sean McCall got me so paranoid, right, that I posted it on Facebook asking people, and it was like a 50-50 split. Yeah.
I would venture to say no, but
Yeah, I tried it.
It's a definite no, I would think. Yeah.
Now, Dwayne, before we let you go, can you tell us your best fishing story?
Oh, jeez.
it doesn't have to involve me.
They pretty much all do involve him. That's the thing. Everybody knows about getting yelled at by cottagers at the docks and stuff like that. We've had a few
Those are good ones.
few,
I got a couple good ones.
few good ones.
I had a guy in Chemong Lake throw a boulder at Marley and I. And
Yeah.
another one drive around us in his bayliner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell them the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, you
Let's
go,
hear it.
You go for it. I'll let Mike.
You're the
tell it.
guest.
Since
You're the guest. You're the
Dwayne.
guest.
It's
You
your-
gotta do
yep,
it.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll get Mikey at the end of the show.
This is where I put my foot in my mouth one of many times. But yeah.
We drive by the dock and we're fishing, and the fellow's really nice. He's only got one arm, and he's
Yep.
talking with us, and he's reading a book and stuff like that. And he's really nice. Ask how fishing's going, stuff like that. And we say, yeah, that's good. And we go to the next dock, and this guy is absolute opposite. He's yelling and screaming and carrying on, and we're late for weigh-in, so we run back.
I told him I'd meet him halfway if
Yeah.
I was
If he
going to
wanted
jump
to
off the
jump
boat.
in. So we go weigh in, and then we come back, and the guy that was yelling and screaming is
taking up
his dog, struggling to get it up there. So Mike says,
I yell this out loud.
"Hey buddy, do you need a hand?" And the
There's
guy
a
is
guy
still
next
sitting
to
on the dock
Yeah.
with the only one arm. And I'm like, "Why?"
Oh my gosh.
It's one of those
That's
things,
awesome.
You know, like,
Do you need a hand?
in an idle zone too, so you like.
That's
Get
awesome.
going.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Well, my man, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having us on there.
I know
All right,
you
thank you,
you got
Dwayne.
a hockey game. The kids got a hockey
Yep.
game.
Hockey tournament in Mississauga.
We're
236 teams.
Yep.
Wow.
Little Native Hockey League, it's called. So
Yeah.
Nice.
the kids are
Yep.
going
Oh,
up to play.
Oh, good luck, guys.
Emma's boyfriend's doing that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Nice. Good luck, Isaac.
Alrighty.
Good luck,
Okay,
guys.
good luck, guys. You guys are playing? Shout out to you guys. I hope you win. Keep your stick on the ice.
The daughter's got to keep her head up. She's playing with the boys' competitive
Ooh.
band.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, my
All
man.
right. Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Did anybody claim that prize?
Not that I know.
Okay,
of.
that ticket's out. Draw another one.
Oh.
Oh,
Rapid fire.
Should we give Matt the chance to broadcast it on?
Nope.
Nope. All right then.
Yeah, why don't you tell Matt to broadcast?
What?
No?
He's coming in. She meant broadcast and winning ticket.
Yeah.
No.
No? Gotta be here.
Gotta be here.
So what's this one for?
That's for the Mike Williams guided trip.
Ooh.
We didn't
get my ballot in.
Oh.
You're not a kid.
but
Ish.
Yeah.
but his son is
Yeah?
half day.
Yeah.
Okay, he can't win. He's part of this.
Okay.
true. Yeah, yeah.
I tried, Woody. I
Like,
tried.
way to cheat. On air.
178-5003.
You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5003.
Mr. John Dean, jump in here. 5 minutes. Did you get that? What was that number again?
178-5003.
Maybe Pizzetta can do that one over the air.
Yeah.
Where is Pizzetta? He's probably cooking something somewhere.
Probably, or eating something.
Somebody grab Mr. John Dean right there. With
Where's
the camel
John?
hat on, right there.
John, jump in here, buddy. Jump in.
Let's go, man. G'day, sir.
How are you?
We're going to talk about something here and none of us know very much about.
Zero about.
Introduce yourself, young man.
My name is John Dean, and from the Ontario Kayak Bass Trail.
Nice. Little kayak.
Is this your inside info for the big Kyle Carruthers?
The big Kyle Carruthers battle.
I got money on Kyle.
Good luck, Kyle. So tell us, make sure that mic's nice and close and speak into it, and tell us what it's all about.
Well, basically, we're a competitive bass series for kayak fishermen.
Nice.
A lot of people don't realize how big of a sport kayak fishing is in North America. It's starting to really grab roots in Canada and Ontario now. It's huge in the States, and it's probably one of the fastest growing segments of the angling industry.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah, we a bunch of us used to do a lot of tournaments stateside, and we sort of looked at each other and said, why are we doing this? Like, we're surrounded by probably some of the best water in North America.
Definitely.
And we saw a need and started the Ontario Series last year. And we're going into our second year, and things are looking great.
Tell us how it works.
You're fishing out of a kayak instead of a bass boat. Basically similar to an MLF format where they're doing live releases on the spot. But we do catch photo release. So you catch your bass. You have a standardized measuring board that we use throughout all. You take a picture on that board.
Yep.
We use a tournament management system, which is a live leaderboard, which is updated instantaneously all day. You send your picture into that. Off-site judging takes place.
Yeah.
They accept, reject, deduct, whatever needs to be done to adjust that fish to the correct length.
Yep.
It's then uploaded to the live leaderboard. You can check in and out all day. See
Like
where you are.
the anglers can keep up
Live all day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so as you're watching, again, the MLF reference, and you're looking at them, they just put in a fish at whatever inches, it's updated instantaneously. So the leaderboard is constantly updated all day, and the fish are released right away.
So this is an accumulative for every fish you catch.
We do 5 fish limit, and it's an auto cull system, so you can put in 20 fish, and it will automatically cull your smallest fish off from
That's cool.
That's a great
That's
idea.
cool. That's cool.
virtual live well.
That's pretty cool.
So it's total length on your 5 best bass.
Now, kayak fishing is growing faster than any sector of fishing out there. Tell us about the kayaks you're running. Like, I know that at the beginning of this kayak phase, they were just kayaks. Now they are like fishing machines.
Yeah, you can get into kayaks anywhere from the $700 range to the $6,000 range.
And trick them out with all of your bells and whistles that they got now.
Yeah.
You can get into paddle systems or pedal systems where they're running props, fins, different ways. A lot of the guys in the tournaments are running what we call a sit-on-top kayak.
Okay.
Which you have an elevated seat, flat platform. They're self-bailing, so you don't have to worry about them taking water on.
Self-bailing.
Carrying, various different systems for carrying rods.
And they're very stable too, right?
Very stable. I run a Hobie Pro Angler. It's like the Ranger of the kayak world. I can stand in it all day, cast, flip, do whatever I need, and I have no worries about it.
And you got electronics on these things?
We run,
power
7-inch,
poles.
9-inch.
Yeah, power poles.
10-inch screens. I got a power pole on mine. Side imaging electronics. So pretty much anything you got in your bass boat except a live well, I can carry on mine.
What's the most used? Is it paddle or pedal?
I would probably still say paddle.
Yep.
It's more affordable to get into, get started with. But I think a lot of the guys that stay into it longer and enjoy it eventually move up to a pedal system.
Now, can you get into shallower water with the paddle one? obviously, I would think.
No, not necessarily. You can always retract the drive on a pedal drive. I can get into it with my pedal drive. I can get in under a foot of water, no problem.
Well,
wow.
So skinny water.
That's super cool. Now,
the blast off must be real fun to watch, eh?
That's another point too.
We don't have a typical blast off.
I know.
We run Roadrunner events. So if we're fishing, say, Balsam Lake, for instance, it's a Roadrunner, so any publicly accessible launch on the lake is in bounds. So if you want to launch in Cobeconk, you're good. If you want to launch in Rosedale, you're good. So as long as anybody can launch there, you can launch there.
And then as soon as like 7 o'clock starts, anybody can fish.
That's right.
What do they call that? Gentleman's start or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 o'clock, you can push off from store and start fishing right away.
Nice.
Now let's talk about your series.
Okay.
What lakes are you going to this year?
This year we start off on Lake St. Clair on June 22nd.
Oh, big water.
Smallmouth heaven.
Yeah.
And we move from there and we go up to Stony and Lovesick in July.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's like, I don't know, extra cash.
August event, we head over to Seymour.
Yep.
One of your home haunts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we finish the year off on Balsam in September.
Oh, no way.
That's cool. So there's just one like real traveling lake that you got to go. Everything else is pretty local around us.
Pretty
here.
much, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to do the whole series, or is
Nope.
it?
You can do one event. You can do 4 events. It doesn't matter.
Do you have a classic at the end?
No, we have the AOY at the end. With cumulative points throughout the year, but we don't have a classic yet. It's one thing we've been tossing around, doing sort of a top 10 fish off sort of deal.
Do you have a website and stuff for that tournament series?
We don't have a website, but we're on Facebook.
Okay.
Ontario Kayak Bass Trail on Facebook. All of the information there.
Cool. I'm thinking.
How many guys are you
going to do it, Mike?
You got the wheels turning about that Stony Lake.
How many guys you got coming out? Guys and girls coming out to events?
Last year was an inaugural year.
Yep.
We averaged about 36 per event.
Oh, that's awesome.
As it's shaping up this year, from the commitments I'm getting from people and the feedback, I'm going to hazard we're going to be averaging well over 40.
Nice.
Nice.
Those are good numbers.
Just give me 1 second. Mr. Pizzetta, if we give you some winning tickets, can you announce them for us? We're having a hard time finding winners. That's for the Mikey Williams guided trip. Can you read that out for us? Like over the speaker? Yeah.
I'll do your loudspeaker.
Okay, thanks, homie.
Thanks, Matt.
You can go on the trip if you want. No, it's joking. So you reached out to me, sent me a message, and we have something really cool that we're going to do this summer.
Yeah.
We're going to do a FearFishing vlog. It started out as me and you.
Yep.
Right? We're going to do it the Monday or the Tuesday after Bass Opener.
Correct.
Kyle Crothers, the I guess the CEO, the boss here at the Spring Fishing Bowmanville Tackle Swap, he started talking smack, so now he's coming. He started talking smack.
I heard it was you that started talking smack.
No, he started. Then Mark started talking smack to everybody, and now he's going too.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be the
So is that all you have to do is talk smack to get into this?
Yeah.
Listen, you talk enough, we'll even find you a kayak.
I want one with a motor, though. Don't you have any with motors?
No.
I'm getting old, man.
No.
Wow.
I swear I saw
might
them
be out.
at the Classic last year with Minn Kota's on.
Yeah.
Paddleboard ones.
Yeah, there is some series stateside that allow the use of electric motors.
You guys don't?
Yeah,
No.
but this is like a 4-boat series here. We could probably let me use a motor, right?
No.
How do you get the advantage?
I'm
Not an
old.
advantage for him.
Yeah, okay.
He's old. Now,
should
if
know
people
better.
want to get in on this tournament series,
Yep.
can you? What should they be looking for in a kayak? When they go to the store, we're like, what's a good length, and what are they looking for?
Well, there's lots of good makes out there. Like, again, you have to decide a couple things, first of all, like what your budget is.
Yep.
And if you want to paddle or if you want to pedal.
Okay.
And if you want to pedal, your budget's going to be a little bit higher than if you want to paddle.
Say how much? What's the difference? Do you think? Average difference.
To get into a decent paddle kayak, you're probably looking brand new in and about the 1,200 range. 15,
Hey, Dad, can I borrow some money?
12 to 1,500. If you're looking
Hey,
to
Dad.
get into a pedal system, you're looking probably around a $3,000 range to start.
Oh, so like twice as much.
Pretty much, yes.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to get in on this, I'm sure there's a ton of kayak anglers in this room. How do they get a hold of you to sign up?
Look at us on the Facebook page, Ontario Kayak Bass Trail. All the information's there as far as rules, information on the events, contact information. You can either get a hold of me or Paul Winkle, and we can answer any questions you got. You can sign up on Tourney X, which is the tournament management system for the live leaderboards. It's free to sign up there. That gets you registered as an angler, and all the registration for the events go through there. You just click register, and it'll take you through the payment pages and get you right on board.
There's payment, there's prizes, there's
everything. We pay out cash from 1 through 5 in positions, and also we have some great companies coming on board this year that have offered support that we'll be throwing out as draw prizes at the end of each event.
That's super cool.
We also have a final year-end events with some bigger prizes from Old Town Kayaks has thrown in a Top Water 106 kayak to give away to a lucky angler. Fogue Marine's thrown in awesome gift certificate for $1,000 that they can spend in their store if they want to upgrade to a new kayak or anything they sell. And we've got a lot of good support this year, and it's shaping up to be a really good season.
So the measuring stick things,
Yep.
you get that at the beginning of the year, or you get it at each tournament?
You pick it up prior to the season, and they're called a hog trough, or we also are allowing a board called the catch board this year.
Okay.
But the hog trough is pretty much the industry standard throughout most of the events. So.
Where do you want to take this series to? Where do you see it in 5 years? What do you want to happen here in Ontario with kayak fishing?
I want to see it continue growing the way it is. Are we going to have an event every weekend? Definitely not.
Okay.
We wanted to keep it affordable for the people to come out, competitive people and recreational people alike.
Yep.
It's a little bit different in the kayak world because even though we do go out there and compete and we do want to win, but there's a lot of camaraderie as well. And
I gotcha.
There's a lot of sharing of techniques and whatnot afterwards. So I just want to see this grow and for people to come out and enjoy themselves and to measure success. If I have a first timer come out to a tournament and they love it and they come back and do a second tournament, then I think we've done a good job.
Now, we have the Bassmaster Elite Series as like our Super Bowl. What is the Super Bowl of kayak fishing?
Right now, well, there's 2 this year, but they're both U.S. side. One would be the Hobie Bass Open and go into their Tournament of Champions.
Yep.
Which in turn will get you spots winning those events for the Hobie Worlds.
Okay.
Our event is also a qualifying series for the Hobie Worlds ticket as well.
Yep.
So, and then you also have the KBF series down south, which offer up their national championship, which is cumulative on all your points you gather throughout their yearly events.
Now, the Hobie Worlds is not, there's a ton of countries. I'll watch Ike's video
Correct.
when he went, like, it's unbelievable.
Really?
The countries that are part of this.
Correct.
I can't think of a country that's not involved.
No, and you get a lot of the Europeans, Australian, South American, U.S.,
South Africa's
Canada,
huge
South
in the bass.
Africa.
Italian.
It's a big event. I can't remember what the total numbers were last year at the event, but our Canadian representative last year was Rob Baginski.
Yep.
And he was leading going into the last day, and he lost the winning pike. They were and lost it by a matter of inches over the event. Finished up second. Awesome finish, and he said he wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Now, you said you were going down to the Pan Am?
We are.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure.
Are you supposed to? Was that privileged information?
It's going to be out there soon enough. I
Okay,
think, so.
shit. Sorry. Shoot.
Where's our swear jar?
I know, and my mom's right there, and I just swore.
Sorry, Mom.
You're definitely not borrowing money
I know.
now.
I'm not getting any kayak money now.
Very, very much like the Pan Am Championships that were held in Mexico in the fall for Team Canada.
Yep.
There's now a Pan American Kayak Bass Championships, which is the inaugural year this year, and it's being held out of Cooksville, Tennessee on Center Hill Lake. Nice. And the American team's already been announced. I know Costa Rica's going, Mexico's going, and I believe a couple other teams, but we're not sure yet. Canada's going, and they've had the team captains go through and make the selections of the members of the team, and there's going to be a few of us from the Kawartha, Ontario area down here that are going. And,
That's wicked,
that's
dude.
super cool.
Super good luck down there, man.
What time of year is that?
This one will be May 28th to June 1st.
I got a question. I'm assuming as soon as the ice comes out, you guys kayak for crappie and panfish.
Some guys do. Some guys will be out on the lake for browns. And
how do you stay warm out there? What's the best way? Like, are you wearing like a neoprene suit or something?
At this time of year and in the fall and the winter, it's very imperative that you have the proper gear on.
Yeah.
And, full dry suits is the only way to go.
Really?
If
Interesting.
you go over,
Yeah.
you're talking very limited time in that water.
Yeah.
So unless you're fairly experienced and you have the proper safety gear with dry suits, and your PFD is 100% must.
And you,
do you have to wear that whole
I
time?
don't even recommend it going out at this time of year.
Do you have to wear your PDF the whole time in
Yes,
these
you do.
tournaments? Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. And those are like self-inflatable ones,
You
okay?
can wear
or-
self-inflatable or standard PFD.
All right, John, before we let you go, let's hear your best fishing story.
It hasn't happened yet. It'll be on our vlog.
Yeah.
Aw, that's nice.
Okay, give us your second best one.
I don't know. It's too many. It's too many.
There's too many. You ever tipped a kayak?
Most of the best fishing stories don't have to do with actually fishing. It just has to
That's
do with
right.
being with your buddies and enjoying the day. And if you come off the water, whether you get 2 or 3 12-inchers or a couple 5-pounders, it doesn't matter. If you've had a good day out there and you're enjoying it, that's all.
I think that's the most. I heard Ike talk about this the other day. There's kind of like tournament fishing, and then there's fishing. And he did talk about how he's been so involved with tournament fishing over the last 20 years. He really forgot about fishing, and so he filmed his Nat Geo show, and he talked about how much it like almost helped him fall in love again with the sport of fishing, and it had more to do with the, traveling and buddies and meeting people. And I think sometimes that gets really overlooked in like what's going on in the fishing world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, it's great to go out and be competitive, but it's better to sit back afterwards and have a cold frosty beverage and a burger and trash talk.
Look at Mike. Mike, yeah, he's in for your tournament for sure.
Chicken wings.
You guys got beer?
Just made my mouth water a bit.
Anyway, John.
Speaking of that, this water isn't from
That's
the
not
tree
from
stand.
the tree stand. You're good. Thank you so much for joining us, John.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to go kayak fishing with you.
Yeah, neither can I. I got
It's
a couple
gonna be a
guys
good
that
one.
are excited about it as well. So.
I'm very excited to go.
I'm coming.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's cool. It's amazing how fast the kayak. Yeah, like I can remember a time before this kayak craze started, and then it went from like a couple guys kayaking to just like insane pandemonium.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many guys are kayaking.
I got to get a kayak. I tell you that right now.
Kyle Crowder's got a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Phil, jump in here, man. It's your turn. Get them headphones on. You excited, young man?
I am.
You a little nervous? You'll make it through this. Now, you did something really cool. Tell us what you sent me the most inspiring email and good-hearted thing that I had seen in a long, long time. Tell us what you did. And tell us everybody here about the email.
Okay, so...
Nice and close to this.
So, the other day I was just going through a bunch of my old tackle. The night before I had a couple drinks with the old man in the workshop. We do that every once in a while, and we were just talking about memories, fishing, and everything like that. And it got me thinking, he was the one that started me out.
Yep.
What can I do to help someone else out? And I've been watching your channel for just under a year now. Met you guys a couple weeks ago and everything. And sent you a message just seeing if any way I could donate. So I put together a little tackle box. Everything that I fished with as a kid, poppers, Rapalas, everything like that. Didn't want to throw in any crap because no one wants crap when they're fishing.
That's right.
So I put together a little thing and just shot you an email. I didn't expect this. I didn't really want any or need any recognition or anything like that. I just wanted to start someone out. And here I am.
Now here's the important part.
That's awesome,
There's
buddy.
not
That's
a
sweet.
single person in this room who fishes who didn't either have somebody do something really nice for them or have some adult in their life do something for that they would
plant
be a
the
fisherman.
seed.
That's right. Like I can't express these young people. Something will happen to them, and it's like boom. I can remember my grandmother getting me like a green Coleman junior fishing kit for Christmas, and then going to the Red Wing Fishing Derby to meet Baba Zumi. Right? And I can't express, we just need to sink the seed into these young people.
Yep.
And, then they're hooked for life. And you do a ton. Mike, talk about all the stuff you do with young people.
We run a youth pan fishing tournament in Curve Lake. Gets about 60 or 70 youth every year out, and we're always looking for prizes and volunteers, hint, hint. But
Yeah?
I'm in.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
I'll
like
bring my
I say,
kayak.
I just love doing stuff for the kids and giving back. So that's kind of what we do. And
it's so important. Like I think all the time, and when I was 8 years old, my family didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. We had like a little black and white TV. I can remember the day we got cable.
Yeah.
And I watched TNN Outdoors, and I watched the Bassmasters for the first time. And ever since then, this is all I've wanted to do.
Yep.
So I remember my father talking about bass boats for lottery winners, right?
Yeah.
So I often think when I get to, there's a good picture. I get to do something cool in the world of fishing, or I get to fish a tournament. And last year when we got our butt spanked, Marley and I, on the Bay of Quinte, we had real hard time getting 10 fish for those 2 days, and I come whipping under the Bay Bridge. And the boat's cooking 73 miles an hour, and I'm here with my best friend that I met when I was a kid fishing, and I thought, this is the greatest sport in the whole world, and how lucky I am to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to share that. It doesn't always have to be some, special rod and reel. Anything, just, instead of throwing it out, give it to some kid that you see, right? Or some kid at the dock, passing fishing stuff. I always wonder, you see some of the old fishing reels around here, the stories that must be in those fishing reels and how many people they've touched. So, young man, you really inspired me, and that was probably the best email. Now, where is that? We got something special for you. You're not going to leave here without a prize.
You're gonna
Pass
you're
that
gonna
there
love
to
it.
Amber. Last year, I caught my personal best largemouth bass on a Tatool baitcaster. So my friend, I signed it and the dates on the side of it with the weight of the fish. And there you go. I wanted to pass that off, and you inspired me so much. That's the reel I caught my personal best largemouth bass on.
That's awesome.
I'm speechless. Thank you.
Right? There's a
thank
note
so
for you
much.
there on the
That
top,
is-
man. I signed the top of the box, so I want to see all the marker rubbed out on the side of that reel. She's still got lots of life in her. But that's the one I caught that 604 largemouth on the vlog on.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
deserve it, buddy.
I
You
appreciate
really
it.
deserve it.
Thank
That
you
was a
very
really
much.
nice email and a really nice message, and it's a whole bunch of little people doing little things that's going to inspire the next generation of anglers. So
Hey, man,
thank you.
One step at a time, right?
That's right, my man.
awesome.
Thank you so much. You
Thanks
got
a lot.
you got a favorite fishing story?
Yeah.
You're not on the spot because we asked four
Well, I
people
guess-
already.
I guess,
Danny, be ready.
I guess it would be my favorite fishing trip.
Yeah.
When I turned 18, my dad took me to the Kippawa Native Reserve in northern Quebec, and it was honestly the craziest experience I've ever had. For everything from literally the owners of the place showing up to the door in bra and panties.
Yep.
A 70-year-old lady, yeah.
70?
70-year-old lady showed up to the door in bra and panties asking, "Oh, are you guys the Allens?" All the way to, I went to have a shower and a black widow fell on my shoulder.
Oh yeah,
And I
wow.
looked over and I went, "Ah, crap," and that was about it. We probably caught, 150 walleye over 6 days.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
Nice.
That's not a bad trip at all, man.
I went on with my dad too. We did a trip up north. When he retired, he did so much stuff for me when I was a kid and support and stuff. I wanted to surprise him, so I got him. We went out to Galganda for a week, and we did a fly-in and stuff,
Oh,
and it was amazing.
that must have
It was
been amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
You're a good man, Mr. Hunter. I really like that guy. Anyway, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you
man.
guys,
And
man.
you know
Thank
what?
you.
Thanks for helping coming early today and helping
Anytime.
us set up and looking after that draw. We still get to do the draw for the reel.
And have we heard of winner of Mike's?
No, do another. We got no time for this.
Yeah.
But anybody who's watching, if you guys are a subscriber to the YouTube channel, go over there and fill it about.
Yeah.
Phil will look after you. If you get online, he'll take you out too. Enjoy that reel, my friend.
Thank you very
Make
much,
sure
man.
you use that thing.
Oh, I will.
He's a beast.
You know I will.
Okay, last chance.
Last chance or I'm going.
I already called it.
178-5042.
What? No.
The biggest kid in the house won, Danny Dunn.
Come on in here, my man.
Oh, not that shirt again.
Yeah. I think it's his dress shirt or something.
I'm telling you.
I'm a Peterborough boy, though.
I will do 90 days for that kind of a comment.
Yeah.
And I know this because I've seen me do it.
How's it going, my man?
Blonde hair, buddy.
You know what? It's going fantastic. You know what? And I love listening to everybody talk. I have to put this down about helping kids and stuff, because when you asked me about my favorite fishing story, I'm going to share one with that happened when I fished a tournament with Dave Chong. We fished a 2-day rice tournament. I think we finished second the first day, but we won on the second day. And the reason why we won is because we gave back.
Yeah.
Now, I'm constantly on the water pre-fishing, and even in a tournament, I keep tackle in the boat that I give out to people. At the boat ramp, when I see guys down there, when I see kids fishing out the dock. So there's one strip of docks down in the around Butley, way off to the left. I'll tell everybody where it is, it doesn't matter. There's about 7 docks there. So during practice, I saw big fish. Like, I figured the fish was 6 or 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Come up that first dock, fish that, flip that first dock, nothing. Second dock, I see 2 kids fishing off the end. So I get up close, and I said to the kid, I said, you guys just come down here? He goes, yeah, and I'm watching them throw a bobber out.
Yeah.
I said, listen, hang on a second. So I come up close to the trolling motor. I don't know, I gave them 8 or 10 bags. I gave them some Senkos and some swim baits and all kinds of stuff. He goes, are you fishing for bass? And I went, yeah. He goes, well, there's a real big one, and he just swam from this dock over to that dock. And I went, oh, so he did he? Here's another bag of Senko. So I swung the Ranger back out the other way, because I figured the fish went in this way. I come around the other way. I skipped that jig right underneath there, drilled that fish, weighed a 645.
Wow.
And we won the tournament on that fish.
Secondhand information disqualified.
Yeah. After the fact.
You know, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I am doing this and continuing to do this, right? And
Yeah.
even today, right, we've got a really active booth over there. Lots of kids have been coming by. We must have given a couple hundred bags of stuff out to people.
That's awesome,
kids,
man.
right? Because again, you know, it was my uncle that got me into fishing, took me up into Sparrow
Yep.
Lake. And, you know, if we don't do that, it's our responsibility to take them out. My parents never did that for me, but I had a caring uncle, right?
Yep.
And that uncle took me out, and here we are, talking fishing at 53 years old, and I get excited as if it was my first day out.
Now, you've been doing tournaments for ages.
30-something years, a lot.
Now, I have 2 questions
Yes.
that I've always wanted to know the answers to these, and every time we do them with one of our classic anglers, I always forget to ask.
Yep.
Were you around when they did 6 bass limits?
Yes, I was.
Why did we change it from 6 to 5 bass?
So the number one reason why, because I was part of the committee that made that original change, was it came after a Simcoe tournament.
Okay.
So we decided to reduce the limit in order to take better care of the fish.
Okay.
And that was the primary reason we did it. See, back then, when in earlier days of tournament fishing, there was a group of guys that were kind of like the tournament anglers committee.
Yep.
So if there was like a rule infraction or something like that, then 7 or 8 guys got together and had a conversation about how it happened and how we could make a decision that was good for the angler, good for the sport, and everything. So
that sounds
was
like a
one
great idea.
Yeah, and it was actually a tournament out of Simcoe that happened out of Cooch. And there was, some fish kill, and then we said, listen, what can we do about this? And actually the change was made midway through the tournament.
Really?
Went from
What
6
year
fish
was
to
that? Do you
5.
remember, Danny?
That had to be 90, 91.
Oh, that far back, eh? Yeah.
So it was a
Awesome.
long ways back, right?
Even if you watch those old Bassmaster videos, they had 6 fish limit.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
when you take a look at it and people go, well, back in whatever on Tri-Lakes, it took 18 pounds to win. That's really not a big bag. And I'm like, you're right, because it was 6 fish.
Yeah.
So I'm like, X-nay on the big bag of fish, right?
Now, here's the other thing. When you first got into the game, not a lot of people did offshore fishing for bass. And some did.
Yes.
What do you think got guys from pounding the bank to what changed?
The amount of tournaments. I'll be very honest with you. For myself personally, I was a bank beater, right?
Yeah.
Shallow, launch the boat, out you go. And as there became more tournaments, more series, more club tournaments, more activity, people like yourselves getting the message out about fishing. There's more people fishing.
Yep.
More people fishing off their docks. So all of a sudden, we started moving off the bank. But for me personally, it was a matter of survival.
Yeah.
I was primarily a largemouth fisherman. That's what I like to do. 6 feet of water was deep.
Yeah.
I know yesterday we had a conversation about fishing smallmouth, and sometimes I start in 40 feet of water.
Yeah.
But when that transition happened from largemouth to smallmouth with lakes like Tri-Lakes and Rice, where big bags of smallmouth were, it was either adapt and make a change, or go by the way of the guy who used to throw a jig all the time and catch largemouth, right? So it's
I
a
still do that.
combination- I know you do. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it gets a little lucky. But you know that whole thing is depending, right? Like you can get onto some of the Kawartha lakes early in the year and still do really well shallow.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then as the season gets on, those fish get a little pushed out. And but again, you guys get a great message out there about bringing more people into fishing.
It does make it tougher. And you know what
it
else
does.
has changed? With YouTube, the learning curve is a lot shorter than it used to be. Like tremendous, like.
Okay, you want to talk about a learning curve? My original source of fishing information was Red Fishing.
Yep.
They talked sitting in a living room.
Yes,
So
they
while
did.
they were fishing,
Yeah.
I know he's saying, I can't wait till we get back to the cabin and wipe out the rest of that case.
Yeah, yeah.
But the over talk, the speaking over, the narration is, so we're throwing a red and white wiggler, and this. That's not what he's saying.
No.
I actually remember one episode looking through binoculars. He's looking through binoculars at the front, and then he unscrewed the glass and took a little Mickey a Wiki. And I'm like, that's my fishing story. So when Bob Izumi
Yep.
came out, I'm watching this guy, and he was fishing, and he was laughing his head off. I'm like, this cat's good. I'm sure I can learn something between the laughs.
Yep.
And it was great. I remember fishing a tournament with Bob, and this guy walks up to the dock, and he's like, is there a Bass Derby on today? I'm like, yes, sir. He goes, is that fishing guy Bob Azuzu in it? And I'm like,
Azuzu.
I am so using that. I am so using that.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, you know, it's life is good.
It is for sure. And these young guys, like, they can go on YouTube now, and there's millions of videos with the most in-depth.
YouTube, the magazines, and it's like information overload. You got it on your phone.
We're watching guys like Kevin Van Dam fish live. There's no more secrets. It's great for the sport, but it's tough on us.
Well, but you know what's great about it is, again, I'm 53 years old. I've done this for 35 years. That's what keeps you going. If we get comfortable and we say all I got to do is throw a black and blue jig and go out there and flip docks or do something like that, then how do we get better? The only way we get better is like NASCAR. The only way that the guys in first get better is because the guys in second through 10th are coming.
Yeah.
You know, so I look
That's
at all
very
these
true.
young anglers that are learning. I'm like, bring it, young blood. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I remember back when the Johnsons started doing really well, right? They won the 60 and under. And then back in the back of the day of Big Fat Bass, right? And you know, Bass Canada, the website and the chat rooms. You're like, who are these Johnson boys? And I'm like, I snapshotted that post 15 years ago saying, you watch these guys.
Yeah.
They are going to pull it together, and they're
Yep.
going to take your money.
Yeah.
And they do.
And
they do.
enjoy it.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and I'm going to tell you one thing. You spend a lot of time out in the water. You are not going to find somebody else's trailer who's parked at the boat
That's
ramp
right.
before you, and then you go out and get something to eat, and you come back, and that bloody trailer is still there.
It's amazing how much time they put on the water.
They work, and even on bodies of water where they continuously hand us our you-know-what.
Hey, they don't do it too often to me. But.
On that tournament you guys run, just call it the Johnston Open. I love that tournament.
Yeah.
Those cats are great, and I'm like, ugh. But you know what? We're chasing them. And
Yeah.
That's what wants.
Yep.
That's for me. I still get excited about it.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I got a question about electronics. When you started in the game where you didn't have GPS and all that stuff, I want to know what your secret trick was when you were offshore. How did you find those spots?
Two things, two different ways. Lake Ontario was a compass.
Okay.
And that's great if it's flat, because I fished a Pro-Am in Kingston in 87. I had an 18.5-foot winner with a 150 GT. And
Winner,
a compass.
woo!
Oh yeah, brother. And I had the GM truck seats in it, like Keith Farmer. There's an old name. And I had a compass there. A compass is great, but if you're getting into bumpy water, you know what that compass does?
Yeah.
It spins. So I grabbed my non-boulder in the morning, and he says to me, "So where are we going?" I said, "We're gonna head out towards that red marker off the end of the island, and we're gonna go straight in the one direction for 45 minutes." So it was kind of like keeping your bearing straight with the steering wheel. You knew where you were gonna go. But all the inland lakes, it was all a matter of triangulation. So you had to line up the end of this red roof of this cottage.
I do that ice fishing.
With the end of the trees here. And a funny story to that too. 3 years ago when I fished with Jamie Kennedy, something happened to my boats. We had to use his. He's got a Ranger as well. So we got a $60,000 Ranger at the time with $410 worth of graphs. No GPS. So we're blasting down the lake, and I'm like, okay, great. Where the heck is a GPS? Oh, I don't have it.
What?
So I'm like, yeah, and we finished second on the first day, and the second day of Rice. I'm like, all right, see if I can remember this. I'm like, okay, the outside of Tick, and then that yellow barn, and then I'm backing the motor up, and I'm like, okay, great. Now cast to the point of that island. And that's what we did. We did that for 6 hours and weighed 21 and change.
Nice.
Wow. But that's how we did it, right? You just had to visually. I have a cooch map. If you ever get a chance, we'll get together for a drink. I will show you a cooch map with dotted lines, and it says line up silo, end of chief, boat ramp, right side.
And that's important.
That's so funny. That's what my Tri-Lakes map
I
looks
grew
like.
I grew up in the age of GPS. I don't think I ever owned a boat that had GPS, but I've often practiced using maps, paper maps, and marking locations and keeping notes just in case something ever happens to a tournament and these things don't work. We still need to be able to fish.
Absolutely.
You know what the best part about this story is, Danny?
What's that?
You just said your boat and you're using a compass. I'm still running a winner, so my boat is like compass years old.
But you know what? You still get them. You're still
I'm pre-GPS, man.
Listen, when I started in my business in sales, that was before we had the internet. You know, and you think about that was 96, right? Before email.
Not long ago, really.
It really wasn't, you know. Now, a little bit different. But
Danny, we need your best fishing story.
My best which?
Fishing story.
Oh, that was the one I opened one with the kids.
You got another one?
Oh, you got to do that.
No, here, you know what? Why don't you draw the grand winner for this Daiwa reel for us?
Oh, I'd love to.
There you go.
I'd love to.
Grab in there.
Can you get Amber? Let me see.
Grab us a ticket.
And we
This
have
is
their
for
email.
YouTube. So we have their email, so we'll email this person and we'll get it off to them.
That's a sweet,
I do have a good,
sweet-looking display case there.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I got one. And my buddy Garnet Armitage, I'm not sure if he's still here, but I'm going to say 93, 94, we were fishing on Simcoe. We were just starting to throw jerk baits back then.
Yep.
So Garnet said to me, I've got this hand-tuned, hand-weighted, drilled a hole, filled it with a little bit of water, put the epoxy so it is suspended, and I watched him put the pins to them out off the end of Strawberry Island. And he's like, I'm going to win this classic. I'm going to win this classic. I'm like, you already won two. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Next day we go practicing, right?
Yep.
I'm competing against him. And we went to Grover's for breakfast right there outside.
Yep.
Both boats are pulled up in the parking lot. I roll up beside him. There's Garnet's boat. Go over to the deck. There's that bait caster with the jerk bait, or the spinning rod with the jerk bait. So I pull off about 25 feet of line, cut the line. Then I roll the line back up onto the reel. So I said, you know, Garnet, you really got this jerk bait stuff figured out. Could you show me how to do it?
Oh my God, it did.
And he's like, no problem. I get out there and he goes, so what you got to do is you got to load the rod. I think it's still going. The look on his face as that thing kept going. He's like, oh. I'm like, that is so awesome.
The best thing of that story is that Sean and I did that to Mark.
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah. They nicked my line.
And we even told him to turn the camera on so we could get it on video.
I should have known right away. I should have known right away that they were up to something.
There's another
You know,
old
I
name out
still
there.
kick their butts.
Dan Crawford. One time he put 2 live frogs in our live well, and we got checked in a Bass and GM Pro Bass boat check. And Mark Mandick was not impressed.
I
right?
no doubt.
And he, you know, Dan came over and admitted what he did. So that night, it was actually down, we were fishing in Scugog, Port Perry, where there used to be a hotel where the Shoppers Drug Mart is. But anyways, we all went for ice cream.
Yep.
I'm saying, I'm gonna fix him good. He had a 362 Ranger, brand new, black on black, chrome trim. I went underneath the cover, laid that triple scoop right in the middle of the carpet.
Yep.
Put that down. In the morning, we come out, take the carpet out. I had no idea. It went gunnel to gunnel, windshield to the point, whole ice cream.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Unhappy,
That's awesome.
But I won. So are we doing the winner?
Yeah, pick us a winner, Danny.
Picking a winner. There you go.
Oh, Okay.
You can read her out.
I get to read it. Oh,
You
great.
read it on
Here
out.
we go.
Thank you to everybody who participated in this, and thank you to Daiwa Canada for hooking the reel up.
Hey, Phil, what's your dad's name? Jim. Okay, good. Lee Allen.
No way.
Lee Allen.
Lee Allen, congratulations. He's got an email address there.
Yes.
We will find you one way or another. Lee Allen is the winner. Danny, thank you so much for joining us.
Listen, thank you guys for what you do. I love it. I watch the channel everywhere. I fly around the world a lot, and there's
Yeah, we
tons of
see
things.
his Facebook. He's going
There's
somewhere and
tons of
coming
different
somewhere.
things you can log into, and what I like is it's not just about fishing and how to catch a 5-pounder like we talked about yesterday. It's entertainment.
Yep.
It's good. I love what you guys do, so keep on keeping on, man.
Thank you so much.
Danny.
Right on,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Peace. Thank
I just got word from my boss at Daiwa Canada that we need to get back to the booth.
Okay.
It is busy back there. Mikey Williams, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of
thanks
your
for
day to
having
be
me, guys.
part of this. Woody, good work on the production, homie. Amber, you got any final words?
No.
We got one more. You know what? We're going to draw Mikey's prize and the RLM Elite box. RLM donated another box and a t-shirt. We'll do those off air. But anybody who wants to watch the Fear Fishing Experiment, YouTube, Facebook, find us at Fear Fishing. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mark, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Everybody who's listening, come stop by that Daiwa booth and we'll chat about fishing.
Yes. And don't forget about the line spooling, too.
There's line spooling.
Yeah, there's a line spooling station.
Where are you
out
going?
there.
People want to talk to you, Mikey. What are you going to do?
You can find me on Facebook or you can email me, check out the website, williamsoutfitters.com.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody who took the time to watch. You ready, Woody? Let her rip.
Let her rip.